Assalamualaikum and good evening, Dr. Kazim. My name is Mazia Tuladrina. So today I will be present the Asian financial crisis of 1997, a significant event that reshaped the economic landscape of several countries in Asia and left lasting lesson for global finance. So let me start by understanding what a financial crisis and why the Asian financial crisis of 1997 was particularly impactful. This crisis primarily affected countries like Thailand, Indonesia, South Korea, and Malaysia, leading to severe economic downturns. So the introduction, a major financial crisis triggered by a sequence of currency devaluation that destabilized the Asian economy in 1997 and 1998. So the introduction, a major financial crisis triggered by a sequence of currency devaluation that destabilized the Asian economy in 1997 and 1998. So before the crisis, Asia was experiencing what was known as the Asian miracle, with rapid economic growth, high investment rates, and substantial foreign capital inflows. So, however, beneath this economic success, there were hidden vulnerability, such as overvalued currency and weak financial structure, which ultimately contribute to the crisis. So, moving on to the causes of the crisis was triggered by speculative attack on the Thai baht, which led to its devaluation. This was a result of overvalued currency tied to the US dollar, making it difficult for a country to maintain fixed exchange rates. So, additionally, weak financial structure, high debt level, and poor lending practice further exacerbated the situation, leading to a loss of investor confidence and capital flight. The crisis quickly spread beyond Thailand, affecting other Asian economies due to what is known as the contagion effects. So, stock market, currency, and economy across the region were hit hard, with global market also reacting negatively to unfolding events. So the crisis started in Thailand with the financial collapse of the Thai baht after the Thai government was forced to float the baht due to lack of foreign currency to support its currency pegged to US dollar. Okay. At the time, Thailand had acquired a burden of foreign debts that made the country effectively bankrupt even before the collapse of its currency. As the crisis spreads, most of South Asia and Japan saw slumping currency, the devalued stock market and other asset price, and a precipitous rise in private debt. So, Indonesia, South Korea, and Thailand were the country most affected by the crisis. While for Hong Kong, Laos, Malaysia, and the Philippines were also hurt by the slumps. For Brunei, China, Singapore, Taiwan, and Vietnam were less affected, although all suffer from a loss of demand and confidence throughout the region. Foreign debt to GDP ratio rose from 100% to 167% in the four largest Asian association of South Asian nation economics in 1993 until 1996, then shot up beyond 180% during the worst of the crisis. So in South Korea, the ratio rose from 30% to 21% and increased to high 40%, while the other northern newly industrial country fare much better. So only in Thailand and South Korea did debt service to export ratio rise. Although most of the governments of Asia had similarly sound fiscal policy, the International Monetary Fund, which is IMF, stepped into to initiate a $40 million US dollar program to stabilize the currency of South Korea, Thailand, and Indonesia. Economic particularly had hit by the crisis. So the effort to stem a global economic crisis did little to stabilize the domestic situation in Indonesia. Moving on to the next slides, which is consequence of the crisis. So the consequence of the crisis were severe. Economically, the Asian financial crisis of 1997 had profound and devastating effect on Thailand, Indonesia, South Korea, and Malaysia. So the first one, Thailand. Thailand saw its GDP shrink sharply as its currency devaluation led to increased inflation and severe recession. So while for Indonesia experienced a catastrophic economic downturn with a GDP contracting by over 30% in 1998 and leading to widespread poverty and social instability. So the third is South Korea. South Korea initially hit hard by the crisis, faced a significant economic contraction and required extensive restructuring of its financial sector, which include significant IMF intervention and labor market reform. While for Malaysia initially managing to weather the storm with capital control, still under a significant economic slowdown and financially uncertain. So the second point is socially and politically. The crisis had equally profound impact. So in Indonesia, the economic collapse triggered mass protests and widespread civil unrest, culminating in the resignation of President Suharto after over 30 years in power. So in Thailand and South Korea, the crisis led to political instability and shift in government. While for Malaysia saw increased tension between different social groups and a crackdown of political dissent. So this social and political upheaval underscore to relate to the relationship between economic stability and political governance. So moving on to the policy response and what lesson I learned. In response to the crisis, the IMF, International Monetary Funds, provide financial bailout to affected countries, along with structural adjustment programs. Nationally, countries like Malaysia implemented unique measures such as capital control, while for South Korea focused on labor market reforms, and there were regional efforts including Asian initiative. So from this crisis, several key lessons emerged. The first one is the important financial transparency and regulation became clear. Okay, so the second one is maintaining sound macroeconomic management was recognized as essential to avoid such as crisis. And the last one is the role of international cooperation in crisis prevention and management was highlighted as a global coordination is crucial in times of economic stability. So as for conclusion, the Asian financial crisis of 1997 was pivotal event that highlighted the vulnerability in rapidly growing economies. It had significant economic, social, and political consequences, and its lesson continue to influence global financial practice today. So that's all from me. Thank you.